Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. I didn't even know this was a thing. Apparently, there's a whole movement of people on YouTube who like to watch videos fast mode. Researchers from Applied Cognitive Psychology found that people who watch videos at double speed retain the exact same amount of information as those folks who are watching it at normal speed. So I guess this means that if you're ever at a loss for time and you're watching a YouTube video and you want to see what David Attenborough really does at 2 times speed, you can go ahead and make that magic happen. But speaking of YouTube, I love how all these young YouTubers are really getting into classic rock. Have you noticed this? I mean, think about it. They're always telling everyone, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I know that was a bad one. But on that happy note, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, this is the nation's largest, best award-winning show, the biggest show about all things digital. And I'm, of course, Kim Komando, your beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And my sole purpose is to always make sure that you are tech ahead. Because if you don't know what's happening with AI and consumer electronics and phones and the list goes on, you really are going to be in the digital dust. Absolutely. Just a reminder that if you're traveling around, you can find the show on over 430 top stations from coast to coast. And of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. Just search for Komando. And the same thing as a podcast, wherever you listen, just search for my last name with a K, of course. Now, if you're more into the visual type, make sure that you check out my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Kim Komando. And that's where we always put out a whole bunch of viral shorts. And you can actually watch the big 3-hour weekend show too over at youtube.com/Kim Komando. A huge salute goes out to all of our heroes tuning in via American Forces Network Radio. I just love this, reaching more than 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 different countries across every branch, of course, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, and the Space Force. You know, every single day of my life, weekends, weekdays, national holidays, I always want to make sure that I know what's happening in the tech space so that this way I can impart all of this knowledge directly from my brain to yours. And here are 5 things that you need to know about right now. Time Magazine, we're going to start with that. Their so-called Person of the Year is, are you ready for it? Drum roll. It's actually 8 people. The people Time considers to be the architects of artificial intelligence. Now, Time Magazine, you know as well as I do, it's only a shadow of its former self. No one really pays much attention to it except this time of year when it picks its Person of the Year. So it picked Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, OpenAI's Sam Altman, and 5 others. But I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw the photo online, but it has to be the worst, most amateurish AI-created photo ever. Imagine this. All 8 are pictured sitting on a steel beam high over Manhattan. It's supposed to look like that steelworkers photo from 1932, but the photo is really bad. I mean, apparently nobody over at Time Magazine really knows how to use Photoshop. Moving on to number 2, there's a new war happening, and it's not Venezuela. Has nothing to do with Ukraine. It's Disney, Google, AI, and I'm talking about big, big money. The war is official. The battle lines are drawn. And if you use AI to create images, say of any of the more than 200 Disney, Marvel Comics, or Star Wars characters, from this day on, you can only use OpenAI. Of course, they're the owners of ChatGPT. And there's more. Disney has filed a $1 billion lawsuit against Google for its AI copyright infringement on its AI image and video tools. And they're also threatening NBC Universal, Meta's Character AI, Warner Brothers Discovery. So the word is, use Disney without its permission in AI, and the mouse is going to roar. And so why did OpenAI do this? Well, for Sora, of course, so that this way, if you want to use Disney characters in your AI Sora videos, that you can do this. And apparently they're going to be sending these videos over to Disney Plus too. I don't know about you, but I can't imagine paying for Disney Plus to watch a whole bunch of AI amateur videos. I don't get it. Moving on to number 3, imagine you get this text. It's a photo of your loved one, bound, gagged, and terrified. Wow. The caption reads, "Pay up or else." Well, before you do anything, I want you to stop right here. The FBI put out a major warning that scammers are faking kidnappings to extort your money. You get a text saying a loved one has been kidnapped and they want money, and to prove it, they send this video that looks and sounds exactly like them. But you know what? It's not real. It's a total deep fake. So if you do get a message like this, look closely at the photos and the video sent. And remember, AI is imperfect. Like maybe your loved one has a tattoo or birthmark. Well, your best defense is always a safe word. And that's a secret code word with your family and friends. So if the person on the other end can't say that secret code word, just hang up and call the police. It's a scam. Moving on to number 4, the social media phrase rage bait. It has been named the word of the year by Oxford Dictionary. And of course, you know who they are. That's the definitive dictionary of the English language. So what exactly is rage bait? It's social media content posted specifically to make you angry, to create an instant and strong negative reaction when you read it. And let me tell you, rage bait is everywhere. It's antagonistic, but it drives social media engagement. So you're likely to read rage bait than any other content that you agree with. Isn't that nutso? So social media's algorithms push these kinds of postings to places you're more likely to see. Now, in the end, content creators make more money by posting this hateful-filled content than creative stuff, uplifting content. So rage bait is social media doing what it does best. I mean, think about this. Manipulation and distortion. And apparently people just can't get enough. And moving on to number 5, wow, we pull back the curtain on ourselves as Google reveals its most asked questions of 2025. And of course, you know, despite all the AI things that are going on, Google is still the world's most popular search site. And we get a glimpse of the most asked questions of the year from their latest report. Now, the first thing we learn is that the entire globe is just fixated with Elon Musk. More questions were asked about him than any other single person. And just behind him is, care to guess? Oh, I don't know if you're right, Mr. Beast. And then comes Taylor Swift. Now, the most asked general question is, what's the diameter of Earth? Sorry, flat earthers, it is round. Football is the world's most popular sport, ahead of golf and basketball. Formula One is huge. How do you poach an egg is the number one asked kitchen question. But my favorite most asked question is, what does AI stand for anyway? Could you imagine typing in, what does AI stand for anyway? Absolutely idiotic. No, artificial intelligence, of course. Oh my gosh, help me, people. Let me tell you, I had trouble putting today's show together because I just wanted to jam so much inside. Like, for example, you're talking about how not to use AI for medical issues, when neighbors are using your porch to get free stuff, and also how you can get some free food. Seems to be like a trend here with free stuff. Anyway, we also have the best callers ever here on the Kim Komando Show.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, let me tell you, if you're not already getting my free newsletter, you're so missing out. Every single day, I just pass along the greatest tips, tricks, and secrets. Like just this past week, how you can score the best seat on an airplane, the hidden armrest trick. Also, how you can schedule a time with TSA so you don't have to wait in line for 45 minutes. What are the best things to say to an AI chatbot to get you to a human being? Spoiler, it's I'm returning your call. That's why you need to sign up for The Current. Go to getkim.com right now. That's getkim.com. It's completely free, and over 600,000 readers get it every single day, and they love it. All righty, then. Let's get started with Holly in Phoenix, Arizona. Hi there, Holly.
Hi, Kim.
Welcome. What's going on?
Thank you for taking my call. I'm wanting your thoughts on an ongoing scam that has caused my brother to lose over $400,000.
Oh, what happened?
It may have started in the fall of 23. He met someone on TikTok who he believed was Jennifer Aniston. I'm not sure if this is how it really started, but she somehow, or that so-called person, is involved in this crypto scam. He thought he was investing in crypto, and I believe that the places that he was sending his money to were out of the country, and I believe it to be several different places.
Okay, so was he in love with Jennifer Aniston?
How did you guys find out about this?
He confided in me, and initially, when this first started, he just told me he had been talking with someone. My brother lives in Hollywood, so he said that he was talking with someone, but he couldn't tell me who. But he said, you'll be shocked to find out who she is.
We're shocked, all right. Okay. We are.
Well, I was shocked when he eventually told me, and I just thought, well, okay, whatever. And, I just let it go. Well, he became more and more involved with these phone calls, and I said, well, my gosh, she lives in Hollywood. You must live 2 miles from her. How come you haven't met her yet? Well, it's just not the right time for her. Well, eventually he came to tell me that he had sent her $15,000. And I said, Mark, she is worth over $300 million.
Yes.
Why would she need your money? And he said, well, her money's tied up.
Oh, God.
So I'm just wanting to know your thoughts on that.
Now, does he think he's going to have a romantic relationship with her? Or is this just purely...
Yes.
Oh, so he does?
Oh, yeah, he absolutely does.
He thinks he's going to be more than friends.
Yes.
See, Jennifer Aniston, Friends, nothing.
I got it.
Everybody's stone-faced in this entire studio.
All right, you wanted to hear, deliver the line again.
No.
Come on, just do it one more time.
No, that didn't even click with me, honestly.
Okay, here, wait. So is your brother still giving her money?
I don't know. I can't say he's giving it to her. I know only of the one time that he has
Which,
told
by the
me
way,
about.
we should just say this. He's not talking to Jennifer Aniston, for anybody who's listening.
Right. It's Courtney Cox who he's talking
Yes,
to.
exactly.
Jeez.
And so has he gotten the deep fake videos and everything like that?
He got one that he shared with me where she was telling him that she loved him. It was about a 10-second video. To me, it looked deep fake for sure. And another, he shared a picture of me, with me, of her crying. I guess she was upset with him about something.
She probably didn't get all the money she needed.
Sure.
So what happens when you try to say, hey, listen, this is all bogus? How does he respond to that?
Well, when I think he's finally resigned himself to the fact that the crypto scam he's lost his money. That money's gone. But as far as she's concerned, he said to me, Holly, that's where you're wrong. And, I just have to let it go. He doesn't believe that what I'm saying is true. He truly believes to this moment that he's talking with Jennifer Aniston.
So he's holding on to it as his last hope.
He is. Part of me gets that since he's lost everything else. He just can't give this up to.
Does he have any money left?
nothing. It was almost like a gambling addiction. He could see his money being held in a so-called wallet, and they would keep telling him, send us X amount of dollars and we'll access the wallet. You can get your money out. Well, obviously that never happened.
You know what they do is that it's all bogus. It's all a simulation. It's software running on their servers. So it looks legit. It does. And you see the money going up and down. But once you try to get the money out, that's when all bets are off.
But how is he not making the connection to the love of his life, Jennifer Aniston, got him into the position where he lost $400,000?
You know, honestly, I can't confirm or deny that. It could be two separate. I believe that he thinks he met her on TikTok and then somehow possibly introduced him to this crypto investment, so-called.
That's what happened.
So Jennifer Aniston is not directly asking for the money. She passed him off to another scammer that is.
Yes, but she's keeping the romance alive so that this way he still keeps giving the money up. So where's your brother going to live?
Oh, well, he's still in Hollywood.
But I mean, if he's lost all his money, is somebody else paying his rent?
No, he's 66 years old. He just started taking his Social Security in January. He just got the two checks the other day, that I'm scared to death. What's he going to do with those checks?
You know what? He's going to give them up.
I told him, pay a couple months' rent. His rent, thank God, is very low because he's lived in the same place and he's grandfathered in. So his rent is, I believe, to be under $1,000 a month.
Here's what I would do: is I would go out there and I'd sit down with him face to face, or I'd bring him to Phoenix and say, this is what we need to do. We need to secure your accounts, change your password, set up two-factor authentication, freeze your credit. Everything stops, cuts off all communication, and then figure out how to get him into some type of therapy. He needs some type of therapist to actually sit him down and say, buddy, this is what's going on.
Because you got to get past the fact that he thinks he's in love and in a relationship with Jennifer Aniston before he's going to connect to anything else.
Exactly. He needs a support group. Now, of course, you can report the scam to the Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3.gov. There's also reportfraud.ftc.gov. And I would definitely encourage you to do that because the whole idea is it's not maybe they go after this one scammer, but they can see a trend. They can see a trend. But if you would like me to actually speak to your brother, I'm happy to call him personally off the air, whatever I can do, whatever we can do to help you out. Because $400,000.
This is tragic.
It's awful. Just awful. Holly, we're here for you. Just always remember that. All right, this story comes to us from North Carolina. David was out, alert popped up on his phone, fire detected. He opened his security app and he couldn't believe his dog Colton was chewing on a device powered by a lithium-ion battery. It sparked. It caught the living room rug on fire, and let me tell you, it was just a nightmare. So I want you to play it safe. Never leave your phone, your laptop, or any battery-sized device in direct sunlight. Keep these gadgets away from pets. I mean, no one wants to learn about lithium fires the hard way like David did by opening an app, which, by the way, he's also a fireman. We have more of your phone calls coming up that you can't afford to miss here on the Kim Komando Show. You know, here's something that's pretty wild. You know, restaurants and grocery stores toss out perfectly good food every single day. But smart folks are eating well and saving a time because there are free apps that rescue that food before it even hits the trash. So first up is Too Good To Go. You grab a surprise bag of food from places near you. It could be a bakery, a deli, a sushi spot. It's always a surprise, and it's usually just a few bucks. Then there's Olio. That's OLIO. That's where people in your neighborhood, even restaurants, give away food that they just don't want to waste. And yes, for free. And then there's also Flash Food. It's all about groceries that are close to their sell-by date. You get big discounts. The food is still totally fine. Depending on where you live, these apps can be feast or famine, but it's definitely worth checking. Again, the names of the apps, Too Good To Go, OLIO, and Flash Food. Let's see, Renee in Tampa, Florida. Hi there, Renee.
Oh, hi. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Kim.
Hi, glad to have you with us. Tell us what's going on.
I'm a huge fan. I follow you even on Instagram now. I've just discovered you not long ago, and I'm so glad that I have. My question today is it possible for someone to clone a person on their phone? And I asked that because I was in a marriage, and after my father died, I was quickly divorced thereafter, and I believe I was having an issue with my husband, and he was doing that to me. So that is my question.
Yes. The answer is yes. Yes.
Okay.
And now, what makes you think that your phone has been cloned?
Well, my father died on December 20th, 2020. I caught my husband cheating on January 8th, 2021. And on January 10th, 2021, 2 days later, my father's phone was wiped out. My phone was pretty much wiped. When I say wiped out, everything had changed in the phones. And basically through 2021 and 22 and part of 23, things were going on in my phone constantly. When I say that, I felt like someone else had control of my phone at all times.
Well, let me give you some some signs to look for. Okay, so like you start seeing calls or texts that you never initiated; they just start appearing. You start
Correct.
maybe some weird noises, coming from your phone, maybe background noise during phone calls.
Alarms going off through the night.
Well, that may not be it, but the battery's draining.
Okay.
You maybe have some unknown devices when you start looking at your account settings, and it's really easy to clone a phone. It's not that difficult. Do you want me to tell you how? You want me to tell you how it happens?
Yes, please.
Okay. What happens is that somebody will call your carrier and they'll say, "Oh gosh, you're not going to believe this. I lost my phone and I need you to activate the SIM on my new phone. And I don't know, I'm so upset." And then the person at the carrier says, "Oh, here, let me help you." And then they activate your SIM number on that phone. And sometimes it can actually happen that will be activated on both. So then they get copies of everything that you're doing on your phone. And so the way around this is that a lot of people don't realize is that you can call your carrier and you say, "I need to put a SIM lock." And you can also do that in your settings. You put a SIM lock. So we went through 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24. And so is anything happening right now?
Well, the reason I know you're absolutely right is because in 24, my son got me a phone from a different carrier in a different name, and it stopped in 24.
Oh, perfect.
So this makes sense. This makes complete sense.
You know, that's great to hear, Renee. I'm so happy that we were able to help you out today. And again, thank you so much for your call. All right, let's talk about Google and WebMD. Yeah, people don't put in their medical symptoms there anymore. Everybody's heading to AI, Dr. ChatGPT. But here's how to do it the smart way to get the healthy answers. Instead of asking ChatGPT, "Do I have the flu?" or "Am I dying of the dengue fever?" ask better questions like, "What are the possible causes of these symptoms? What should I ask my doctor about this? Are there tests or any screenings that I should mention?" Now, you can also ask ChatGPT to explain lab and other test results in plain English. Now, I will tell you, it's tempting to upload test results to get Chat's opinion. But if you do, I want you to be safe about it. Do not share your full name or your birthday or medical ID or insurance information. Why? These bots are not covered by HIPAA. But you can use AI to walk you through your next appointment, not be freaked out as much, and also to ask about your doctor. Like, for example, I went to my eye surgeon the other day, and I said, "Hey, should we ask AI or Gemini or ChatGPT about the stigmatism and what we should do with it?" And my doctor looked at me and he said, "I am AI." And I was like, okay, well, there is that. Speaking of, what kind of doctor is Dr. Pepper? You ready? A physician. Oh, I know. You can tell that one to the kids, and they'll groan too. Still to come, we have more of your phone calls, as well as later on, what's going on with your neighbors using your porch to get free stuff. It's pretty wild. It's pretty crazy, but I'll explain it here on the Kim Komando Show.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Oh, Hilton stay, your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, a holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
All right, let's get started here with Michael in Houston, Texas. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Kim. It's great to be speaking with the legend.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Well, I read the Current this week, and you led off with a 911 story to say that basically any phone will dial a 911 tower. And I can personally tell you that it will work, and it worked 25 years ago when we crashed in an airplane.
Oh, what happened?
We made a bad approach and hit a tree and climbed over a mountain and actually crashed on Fort Campbell. And we thought we were going to be rescued, but they didn't know where we were. So I had my phone and I dialed 911, and the 911 operator came on and said, 911, what's your emergency? And I identified myself and told them we'd been in a plane crash, and her first words were, oh, my God, you're alive. I said, yes, exactly.
Wow. So was this a little plane or a big plane?
It was a small plane. It was a A-36 Bonanza, which is a six-place, very expensive plane, but a very nice plane. But it's small. It was a corporate plane. I worked for a large general contractor, and we just had a bad day. It was his day to crash and my day to ride.
And did you have cell service at the site of the crash?
We did. We actually crashed on Fort Campbell. We didn't know where we were, but we actually crashed, and there was cell service on Fort Campbell where we were, and we were at the bottom of a ravine, and it made it to the tower. So it was important.
Wow. Yeah. So you know what? That's a great story, and a lot of people don't realize. And thanks for calling in today. That it is federal law that requires all cell phones to connect to emergency services, even if they don't have an active service or a SIM card.
So this is the story from the Current he was talking about, the 2-year-old that found his mom's old phone and called 911 and asked for emergency donuts.
Yes.
Not as serious as a plane crash, but emergency donuts are important.
But I really like that the cops brought him the donuts.
They did.
So cute.
It must be a crime-free city that he lives in.
Oh, man. Oh, we have time for another phone call. Katie in Newmarket, New Hampshire. Hi there, Katie.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great. What's going on?
Well, I reached out because I have a business Facebook account. I own a wedding rental business here in Newmarket, Vintage Love Event Rentals, and my ad center where I run marketing ads got hacked pretty good recently.
Oh, gosh, what happened?
Well, they went in and created live ads, and they set that were completely irrelevant to my business, and they set my daily ad spending limit to $3,000 a day.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. Luckily, I did catch it, and they only charged my card a couple $100, and I was able to get that refunded. But the problem is even though Facebook support says the problem has been resolved, the hackers are still in my account, even though I've changed my password. I did all that Facebook advised me to do, and there's still new ads being created pretty much daily. And I'm just not really sure how the heck to get them out of my account so that I could run my ads, you know?
And what does Facebook say?
So Facebook has given me several different contradicting answers. I've gotten emails that say, we can't help you at all, and your account is going to be permanently disabled.
Oh, we don't want that.
I know. And the customer service rep that I did get through to told me that the case had been resolved and the hackers had been cleared out of my account, and I'm good to go.
But you're like, you're like, it's still there. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, Houston, we still have a problem.
Right. Have you looked under people and partners to see if you may not recognize an email address?
Yeah. So I did actually go in and deleted all the emails but that weren't mine. But I think what's happening is somehow they still have access, because I'm getting emails almost every day saying that someone's trying to get into my account, and I just don't know how.
Did you check under ad accounts? Well, in your business settings, you've got all these different places.
Yep.
Where you can give permission. I wouldn't delete the account.
Right.
And of course, you can go to facebook.com/hacked, which, then you fill out a form, and it sounds like you've done all that. But but I'm wondering, okay, but you changed all the passwords.
Correct.
And then have you looked under managed devices to see if that there's a login in a different city, different time?
Managed devices. That sounds new to me, so that sounds like something I can check out.
Okay, awesome. Because that's where you can see where they're currently logged in.
Okay.
And that's where you can boot them out.
Okay.
Because it sounds like there's somebody that they're still in there. They still have access to the account somehow, some way.
Somehow. And I was going to ask you, have you ever heard, because I'm getting emails from a platform called Pancake, which I know sounds funny, and it's the emails that I'm getting, they're all in Chinese, and they all are addressed to my business Facebook name. And when I Googled it, it said it's a social media management platform. Yeah, and I'm wondering if somehow they got to a third-party platform that they're...
Yes, that's, you know what, that's smart. Yes.
Yeah, right?
I would, there sounds like that's probably part of the issue too, but if you, maybe under the managed logins, you'd be able to see if they were in there as well. Wow, this is really wild. I'll tell you what, let's do this, Katie. Why don't you try it? Take a look in there, and then if you still have issues afterwards, I have a person here on our team that buys all the Facebook ads for me. And I think through him, we can probably get somebody at Facebook to maybe even, walk you through these different steps. But that Pancake sounds really suspicious too. That's something definitely that you want to check out. I would translate that email to English by feeding that into ChatGPT and asking, hey, what does this say in English? And then you may be able to figure out where you could click a link somewhere in there to actually delete that account. If, as you said, you Googled it and you said it was a third-party type of social networking management. We have those here in the United States, like they have names like, Hootsuite or Later or something like that. And basically what that allows you to do is to access your social media accounts and do postings and things like that. So translate that and see if there's some other link that you may be able to click in there. And if you need any help afterwards, I'm always here for you. Hey, let's talk for a second about podcasts, because there are two different podcasts that I would like you to check out. Of course, we have the show podcast here, the Kim Komando Show podcast, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. But there's also something called the Current podcast. What is that? Yes, it's the accompaniment to my Current newsletter. And so if you get the Current, or even if you don't get the Current, you should check it out. It's just a fun, casual podcast where we talk about what's going on in the tech space, and maybe we have some guests and good stuff like that. Again, it's called The Current, and it's with me, Kim Komando, of course. And then we also have our daily life hack and our digital tech update. And those are only 60 seconds. And those podcasts are perfect for when, say, you're brushing your teeth or you're making a cup of coffee coffee or you're taking the dog to do its thing in the backyard in the morning. So wherever you get your podcasts, you have the longer podcasts, The Kim Komando Show, you have the current weekly podcast, and then you have the daily 60-second podcast called the Daily Tech Update. And you can find them, again, wherever you get your podcasts. Again, search for Komando with a K. Alrighty then, still to come. What's going on with your neighbors using your porch to get free stuff? Huh? Yeah, it's a crazy story here on the Kim Komando Show. Alrighty, here's the scam. Your neighbor orders something, say a Kindle, but they use your home address. So when the package arrives at your home, they file a claim with Amazon saying, never got it. They get their money back and the product. Then they swing by and say, oh, I was just wondering if anything was delivered for me. Yeah, they just got a free Kindle. Now, repeat offenders can be banned for life from sites like Amazon. So if your friendly neighbor ever wants a package, don't just hand it over. Ask for proof, or better yet, let the delivery service handle it for you. If you haven't already, make sure that you sign up for my free newsletter. It's 5-star out of 5-star rated over at Trustpilot. You can sign up right now at getkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on, just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah?
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.